A Radical Guide to ADHD for Women by Sari Solden is a profound and transformative exploration of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, specifically as it relates to women. The book emphasizes how ADHD is experienced differently by women compared to men, shedding light on the specific challenges that women with ADHD face throughout their lives. These unique challenges often stem from societal expectations, hormonal fluctuations, and the internalized pressures that women experience, which make ADHD harder to recognize, diagnose, and treat in females. Solden's work provides an insightful combination of clinical knowledge, practical advice, and personal empowerment for women navigating life with ADHD. The book begins with a critical overview of how ADHD is commonly understood in both the medical field and society at large. Historically, ADHD has been perceived as a disorder primarily affecting young boys, with symptoms such as hyperactivity, impulsivity, and disruptive behavior. The medical and psychological community has long based its diagnostic criteria on these traits, largely overlooking how ADHD can manifest differently in females. Solden notes that the symptoms of ADHD in women often appear in less overt forms, such as forgetfulness, chronic disorganization, poor time management, difficulty focusing, and emotional dysregulation. These traits may not fit the traditional ADHD profile that is commonly associated with boys, leading to many women being misdiagnosed or undiagnosed altogether. A crucial theme in Solden's book is how societal expectations make it even harder for women to recognize their ADHD symptoms or seek help. Women are often expected to excel in multiple roles, as caregivers, professionals, partners, and friends. This pressure can make women feel that they must suppress or hide their struggles, particularly when their difficulties are more internalized than the stereotypical, outward, behavior of hyperactive children. As a result, many women internalize the symptoms of ADHD, attributing their difficulties to personal shortcomings rather than a medical condition. This internalization often leads to chronic feelings of guilt, shame, and frustration, leaving women with a pervasive sense that they are failing in their lives, even when they are working hard to keep up. Solden goes on to discuss how the late diagnosis of ADHD in women is a common issue. Many women only receive their diagnosis later in life, sometimes during adulthood, after years of struggling with unrecognized symptoms. The diagnosis, while often a relief, can also bring a sense of regret and frustration, as many women wonder how different their lives might have been had they received the support and treatment they needed earlier. The book emphasizes that late diagnosis does not mean it is too late for women to take control of their lives and manage their ADHD effectively. Instead, it's an opportunity for women to understand themselves more fully and embrace. One of the book's major contributions is its exploration of how hormones and gender-specific life stages affect ADHD in women. While ADHD is a neurodevelopmental disorder, the hormonal changes women go through during menstruation, pregnancy, and menopause can significantly impact how ADHD symptoms present and how manageable they are. For example, women with ADHD may find their symptoms worsen during their menstrual cycle, with fluctuations in estrogen and progesterone potentially increasing emotional volatility, irritability, and cognitive difficulties. Similarly, pregnancy and menopause can pose additional challenges, as both stages bring physical, emotional, and hormonal shifts that intersect with ADHD. Solden argues that women need to recognize how these hormonal changes interact with their ADHD and adjust their strategies accordingly. The book offers invaluable advice for women dealing with the intersectionality of ADHD and their societal roles. Solden highlights the ways in which societal expectations of femininity, being neat, organized, and emotionally balanced, clash with the realities of living with ADHD. Women with ADHD may feel that they are constantly falling short of these expectations. They may try to compensate by pushing themselves too hard, leading to burnout. The book stresses that women with ADHD need to make space for self-compassion and to reject the societal myth that they must be perfect or fit into the conventional mold of femininity. Instead of attempting to fix themselves, Solden encourages women to accept their ADHD as a part of their identity and to work within its framework to create the best life possible. By doing so, they can alleviate the feelings of shame and inadequacy that so often accompany the disorder. In terms of practical strategies, the book is rich with tips for managing ADHD symptoms. Solden emphasizes the importance of creating structure and routine, which can help women manage their time, stay organized, and keep track of their responsibilities. She encourages women to use tools such as planners, calendars, and digital reminders to help mitigate forgetfulness and disorganization. Furthermore, she offers strategies for improving focus and concentration, including breaking tasks into smaller, more manageable steps, creating designated workspaces free of distractions, and taking regular breaks to maintain mental clarity. She also suggests that women with ADHD can benefit from therapy and medication, which may help address underlying issues such as anxiety and depression that often co-occur with ADHD. Importantly, Solden also addresses the need for emotional self-regulation. ADHD is often linked to emotional dysregulation, which can result in heightened emotional responses to everyday stressors, feelings of overwhelm, and difficulty managing frustration. Solden advocates for mindfulness practices, stress management techniques, and emotional self-care strategies as crucial elements for women in managing their emotional lives. She also emphasizes the role of community and support systems in helping women with ADHD feel understood and validated. Women with ADHD are encouraged to seek out communities, whether they are online or in person, where they can connect with others who share similar experiences. These communities can serve as a source of solidarity, support, and encouragement, as well as a space for learning and sharing coping strategies. Throughout A Radical Guide to ADHD for Women, Solden weaves in personal stories and real-life examples of women who have navigated life with ADHD. These stories add depth and nuance to the theoretical aspects of the book, providing readers with tangible insights into how ADHD manifests in real-world situations. The personal narratives also serve as a source of inspiration for women who may feel isolated in their struggles. These stories show that despite the difficulties, it is possible to thrive with ADHD by embracing one's unique strengths and perspectives. The book also offers a critique of the medical and psychological fields, which have often failed to adequately address the needs of women with ADHD. Solden argues that the traditional diagnostic criteria for ADHD are often too narrow and do not account for the gendered experiences of women. She advocates for a more inclusive and nuanced understanding of ADHD that takes into account the different ways it can manifest in women and the social and cultural factors that shape their experiences. In conclusion, A Radical Guide to ADHD for Women is an empowering and practical resource for women who have ADHD or suspect they might have it. Solden's compassionate approach not only provides a detailed understanding of ADHD but also offers hope and guidance for women seeking to navigate their lives with this disorder. The book encourages women to embrace their ADHD as an integral part of their identity and to challenge societal expectations that have long hindered their self-acceptance. Through practical strategies, emotional support, and a focus on self-compassion, the book helps women with ADHD create a fulfilling life that honors both their challenges and their unique strengths.